Well, it is now 8 p.m. here in Utah, which means it's 10 a.m. in Singapore, and that means it's time to start. So, welcome again, everyone, to our weekly SIMBA product training. I'm very excited this week to hear about, well, I guess these are some of the first products that we've talked about that will focus on the outside of our bodies. And almost all of Unicity's products, and even these actually as well, focus on the inside, making sure that's all healthy, everything we can't see. But today we get an opportunity to learn from Claudia, who's very excited on this topic. The reason that we asked her to talk on this is because I knew already that she was a bit of a skincare junkie from our other conversations, to put it that way. And so she's someone that loves this topic, and that's exactly the type of people you want to be taught from, the people that are passionate about the topic. And so without further ado, I'll turn the time right over to her so we can get into learning the ABCs of skincare. And then from there, I'm sure we'll have some questions at the end, as we always do. But Claudia, please take it away and teach us everything you have.
Thank you, Sam, for the introduction. Hi, everyone. All right, allow me to share my screen. All right, set up. So it's wonderful to see all of you here again. I'm so happy, and every single week when I know I'm going to present, it makes me really happy. So as Sam says, he has a really sharp eye. So he's right. You know, I am a skincare junkie. And when I knew I was going to talk about this, I was super stoked. And I do believe that some people may not admit it, but I think everyone cares about their skin and how they look. So much so that society has created a lot of sayings and proverbs surrounding this notion, such as you need to be more thick skin, right? I have no face. You need to save my face, right? And these are very common sayings that we use in the Asian culture. So you wouldn't believe what happened to me, right? Just the other day. I was going shopping with my niece, right? And we went into this store and it has a lot of cute dresses, which I think would be suitable for her and she would like it. Who knew? She actually crossed her arms and she showed me a really disgruntled look with a look of disapproval of our lack of fashion sense. So, lo and behold, she asked my aunt to take out the iPad and she showed us this picture. So to be honest, I was so surprised, all right? And I stared at my aunt and we were completely speechless about my niece. And just to give you a bit of information, she's only 5 years old, yeah. All right, so young. And not just only that, obviously she's her own fashion stylist. She even choose her shoes and what bags she's going to be holding and how is it going to match the whole outfit. So because of this, I went and do some research. All right, you know, is this really normal? So it finds out that children as young as 5 years old have already started to develop a perception of their self-image. They've started to develop an interest in how they look and how they dress, and they start to enjoy seeing their reflection on the mirror. Well, if this is so prominent even in children nowadays, what more for adults like us? Why is it so important? Well, because how we look, and especially our face, have a very strong correlation about how we feel about ourselves, about our self-esteem, our self-worth, our security, and of course, our confidence. And also not to mention, for us as humans, we all have a deep longing and desire to be accepted by others, to be included, to feel loved and liked by our peers and friends and family. And also, how we treat ourselves is also an indication of how others should see us and how others should respect us. Yes, this is an indication of how you respect yourself, but more so about how others is going to treat you. And as such, whether we like it or not, some opportunities will be limited if we do not take care of how we look and how we dress. So this would reduce our chances of closing a deal or getting a promotion that you want, so on and so forth. So I'm sure if we have any of these skin issues, it will definitely make us feel really restless and really frustrated, right? Such as acne, hyperpigmentation, and eye bags, dark circles, fine lines, dry and flaky skin. I'm sure if you have anything that happened in other parts of our body, we don't feel as bothered, right, as compared to anything that happened to our face. Because first of all, if it's other part of our body, we could cover it with clothes, but for our face, we can't really do that. Well, the world knows about this and how skin impacts self-esteem. So that's why they're taking full advantage to leverage on this and to tap onto people's fears. So the global skincare revenue in 2018 is 134 billion in the world. And in the next 5 years to come, is projected to increase up to 183 billion. So this is a staggering amount of money, and it shows no signs of slowing down. It's only going to grow continuously. And as a result, consumers are all bombarded with all kinds of selections in the market, right? As we can see here, is already a lot of skincare brands, right? But this is only 182. I'm sure there are many, many more, thousands and thousands, and not to mention the wave of Korean beauty, so on and so forth. So because of this, we at Unicity, we have always wanted to make life better for everyone, all right? Not just only about how they are internally, but also how they feel about themselves, so they can live their best life. So this is why we have decided to dive into this space to really enable consumer to make good choices in how they want to take good care of their skin, and also we want to make it so good, all right, a system that delivers so well that can help to empower distributors to build a business out of it and to enable other lives to be transformed as a result of it. Isn't it great? So for us, we really do the real approach, not just mixing a bunch of stuff for the sake an outsourced supplier and that's it. We really do our studies, and this whole range took us 3 years and as much as 52 attempts. All right, so we really use the science of how our skin and even up to the genetic expression can influence the entire countenance and the entire health of our skin. So we have discovered this very interesting concept that our genes in the body acts like switches. So you always turn on and off, according to the body's natural needs. However, we found that due to lack of sleep, lack of exercise, and poor diet, the genetic expression in our body has already malfunctioned. The switches that are meant to be switched on, switched off, those that are meant to be off are switched on. So as a result of this broken switch, the genetic expression in our face especially are compromised. So that's when we see premature aging. People are getting aged skin a lot younger, and we are a lot more prone to radiation, so on and so forth. So we have decided to tap into this technology, and we have patented it exclusively for Unicity, and we call it genome-ceutical, genes in your skincare products. So the things that we do does not only influence one particular gene that influence the skin health, but our genetic expression, okay? But our skincare products can influence up to 250 genes related to skin health. Not 2, not 5, but 250. So this is the power of this genome-ceutical technology. So how is this achieved? First of all, we use only high quality ingredients in our products. So we extract this ingredient known as snow algae, which can only be found in the pristine hills of the Swiss Alps. And it's very, very difficult to extract it because of it's very fragile and it melts very easily under high temperature. So you have to ensure that the extraction process is done correctly. And we also leverage on the science behind Chinese botanical herbs, such as Japonicas and marigold. And both of these ingredients have gene modulating effects onto skin moisturization and skin barrier strength. And also, we have also included retinol. And for those who are very aware about what's happening in the beauty space would know that retinol is all over the market right now. Okay, it is highly raved for its ability to reduce wrinkles, fine lines, and able to increase collagen production on the skin. So when I found that Neigene series have retinol, I was so surprised because this is not as famous as before. This means that Unicity have the foresight to create products that are ahead of its time. So I'm very, very proud to introduce Unicity skincare line, which is Neigene line. Right, and this took us many years, 3 years and 52 attempts, and a lot of money is dumped into it to find the best solution for our skin. So in general, there are 3 different skin types. There's dry, oily, and combination. So for those who have dry skin issues, the biggest root cause is due to lack of oil production. So when that happens, our skin surface becomes very dry, flaky, and you will end up feeling very tight and uncomfortable. So there's another spectrum who are in the oily category, like myself. So usually at this stage, your pores are a lot bigger and your sebaceous glands will overreact. So it will produce more oil than usual. As a result, it becomes a thick film that covers your skin surface and you end up clogging your pores. So usually individuals who have oily skin often have acne and breakout issues. And this is usually prominent during the time of the month or for teenagers. So just to share a bit of story about myself, before joining Unicity, honestly, because I had oily skin, so I didn't really care much about skincare at the point of time. That's because I feel like it's not necessary. I only use cleanser and cleanser and toner. Yeah, because I thought my skin is oily, so I really didn't need the other things. And I felt that whatever information outside is like a marketing gimmick. So I didn't do much research. So I didn't know about it until one day, all right, my skin broke out like crazy. Okay, I'm telling you, like really crazy. Something like this. And the thing is, it does not heal properly, so it becomes like scarring, and it looks really, really bad on my skin. And that was honestly one of the lowest point of my life, I felt. And I just felt really confused because I have oily skin, so why is all these breaking out things happening? Because I had no knowledge prior to this. So no choice, I had to see the dermatologist, and he said your skin is actually dehydrated. And I was super shocked. I'm like, how is that possible? My skin is super oily, it's like really oily. Then it's like, that's because sometimes when your skin is too oily, it could be an illusion of moisturized skin. But in reality, the deep layers of the skin, because our skin is not just one layer, right? There are several layers to it. The deeper layers of the skin are really dehydrated. And as a result, your sebaceous gland will go into overdrive mode. So we end up producing even more oil to compensate the lack of hydration in the skin. So ever since that day, I was like, okay. Then I started to take skincare seriously. And that is why I am such a firm believer in skincare. And that is my conversion experience, if you will. Because after that, I do a lot of research and I look into every single skincare. Then I know why I need it and how is it going to help me. So I'm going to share briefly about the steps to skincare. Okay, I know this may look overwhelming, but trust me, it isn't. This is the most basic step, but I will explain why you need all these steps so you wouldn't feel like this is just like another marketing gimmick, right? Okay, so first, it goes without saying, even we go to bathe, we need to cleanse our body, right? So we have to cleanse our skin. And of course, we want to choose cleansers that are not stripping off your oil because that's just going to make you even more dry. And secondly, you want it to be effective in removing impurities from your skin. So when I met this cleanser, I felt like I met my match. All right, and because it used a lot of coconut oil. Yes, so it lathers really well. All you need is just a pea size, not too much, right? And you put it under the water, you just rub it for a bit, okay? And then you just take your time to really massage it into your skin. I mean, I really felt that when the first time I tried, I felt like I was in heaven, okay? I was like, oh my goodness, I've never felt this way before, you know? And it really lathers really nicely into the skin, and you can really feel that cleansing effect. Like, it removes all traces of makeup in my skin, and it feels really moisturized and really, really good. So coconut oil is one of the main ones that can give us this effect. And of course, we have pepper and licorice to further enhance this entire function. So I love it. It does exactly what the title does. It's Luxe Ultra Creamy Cleanser. All right. So we also enhance it with rice, Sichuan pepper, and soy. So these are really unusual products to be seen in skincare, because most of the time these ingredients are used in whole products, right, that we market as nutritional products. So it means that our products have nutrition and they are actually supplements for your skin. So all these things work to combat the effect of dryness and discomfort after the cleansing. And the best thing is it's suitable for everyone. Next, there's essence or toner. So our treatment essence can be used as a toner or a cleanser. So why do we need to tone? Firstly, it helps to remove other impurities that could be in our face that was not able to be removed during cleansing process. And secondly, it helps to restore the pH on our skin. And thirdly, because once our skin has a layer of moisture, it allows the subsequent products to be absorbed a lot better compared to it just being a dry surface. Like, for example, your serum or moisturizer wouldn't be able to penetrate into your cells as well as compared to you using essence or toner, right? So explain. And one thing I really, really like about this is the scent. And I really enjoy the packaging because when you spray it on your skin, it's like a very refreshing scent, right? It's because of cranberry and grapefruit. And I like how it helps you to wake up, you know, because every single time, especially waking up, you feel like a zombie, right? So this one, whenever I put on my skin, right, I feel like I'm awake already, you know. I'm ready, you know, and it just gives a really, really nice feeling and helps to lock in moisture. And I found this great to keep my makeup in place. So whenever I put my foundation, it doesn't slide everywhere. It makes it very hard to blend. Okay, and thirdly, we have serum. So many people always omit serum because they think it's not important. All right, most people who are not into skincare like myself before, I just don't use serum at all. But actually, serum is really, really, really important because serum is because of its consistency, is able to penetrate into deeper layers of the skin where moisturizer is not able to. So for those who are dry, of course you need it, and oily all the more, all right? So once it's in the skin, you are able to feel that your skin immediately become a lot more supple, right? So I really enjoy the texture, and this is perfect, you know, for oily skin because we cannot use serum that are too thick, you know, it irritate the skin even more. So 2 pumps, sometimes I use 3 depending, then rub it, then very nicely I apply on my skin. And it feels like a dream. Like, I really like how easily it absorbs really, really fast. And you can feel like your skin has restored the bounciness, you know, the supple effect of your skin. And immediately your skin looks brighter after using the serum. So it's great to have niacinamide. So this is also a very popular ingredient right now in skincare. because it can help to reduce inflammation, acne, and it's a jojoba oil, which is great for regulating oil production. So this is really a really good serum. Moving on, eye roller, of course, eye cream. I think everybody needs it because, as they said, eyes is the windows to the soul, right? And if you're tired, the first thing that people see is your eyes, all right? So I really like this packaging. Honestly, I think that the scientists have really put a lot of thought, not just only in terms of the formulation, but also how the product is like in terms of packaging. So I think the steel roller ball is really helpful because sometimes if we use our hands, firstly, we will use over too much of eye cream on our eyes that end up not absorbing, or we end up wasting even more products. So I really like this because I put it in the fridge. So whenever after I cleanse my face and all that, I will just take it and you put it right. You feel immediately that your eyes are awake, okay? It is really cooling onto the skin, and once you apply and you massage it, and you can really feel that there's really easing up all the strain of your eyes, you know, especially when you use a lot of computer the day before, you know, we strain our eyes a lot, right? So this can really help to relax our facial muscles, especially on our eye area. And it helped to, and our eye area is really delicate, so it can really help to ease out the skin cells really nicely without tearing it. And I really love middle foam oil because of its consistency. It's able to sit even within the wrinkles or the fine lines of the eye. So I find that using this, my wrinkles, yeah, I have wrinkles already actually, okay, can help to ease out a bit, especially on the crow's feet of my eye. So it helps to reduce fine lines, puffiness, dark circles, and immediately you look a lot brighter. And of course, not to forget emulsion. All right, so there is a difference between emulsion and a moisturizer. Okay, emulsion is usually thinner. That's why we use it for a day, and there's a difference in day cream. And it's more water-based, so it's easier to spread, right? Especially in the day, you do not want something that's too thick because you will sweat in the day and you will have even more oil that's going to be excreted during the day. So I think it's good to use something like this, all right? And it's water-based and it spreads really nicely on the skin and it feels like butter. And after I put my serum, I will just put it on my face, you know, and just massage it gently. So it provides long-term hydration without clogging your pores, all right? And this can really help to maintain that moisture to ensure that even though there's sweat, but will not remove the moisturizing properties of the product. So in this product, interestingly, we use beta-glucan, all right? This is used in a lot of our BIOS Life. So it's used in here to help promote radiance and rejuvenation and antioxidant support. Last but not least, we have a recovery night cream. So this is slightly thicker because this moisturizer acts as a barrier on the skin. All right, so it will prevent moisture from seeping out from the skin. So usually for individuals who are drier, they can also use this night cream for morning. It's no problem. Yeah, I have one colleague who has eczema issues. So she said this night cream really helped her a lot, you know, and it really helped to moisturize the skin because she has very irritable skin and it does not give any of that effect on the skin. So we need to find something that deeply moisturizes. So I feel that putting this, you can really feel that your skin is soaking up all the nutrients, right? And it goes really nicely on the skin. And this is the best thing because when we sleep, we tend to lose a lot more moisture compared in the day. So this is when we need to use something that's more intense. So they can also do the process of skin repair and elasticity. And I also am very surprised that they have these ingredients, especially turmeric, you know, it can help to really enhance youthfulness onto the skin and reduce signs of aging. Okay, so last, I also really like this, okay, because first of all, I really like the scent. You know, whenever I use it, I feel like I'm in a spa somewhere, right? Doing massage, it has the kind of scent. It's multifunctional. I love how you can use for many ways, all right, in your skin, your cracked areas, or neck, hair, and body. You can even use this as a facial oil, all right? So facial oil is double protection for your skin. Even for oily skin, it's also suitable because the type of oil that we use is grape and jojoba. So these are really good for oily skin. And the good thing is it helps to regulate oil production on the skin. So it helps to strengthen skin barrier, supplement natural oils, and also it helps to prevent dirt and pollutants from entering the skin. So I also use this after everything to on my hair. So before I blow dry my hair, this can also be a really good heat protectant against blow hair drying. Yeah. And last but not least, we need to use a physical sunscreen. I think this should also be in the skincare regime, especially in the morning, because I think this goes without saying. Everyone knows how harmful are the rays, right? They burn our skin, they age our skin, and they cause a lot of photogenic damages as well. So this will also cause hyperpigmentation if you don't put this enough. So our one is broad spectrum sunscreen, and I really like how lightweight it is, because after using all those moisturizing products on your skin, you do not want to use daily sun care that is too moisturizing as well. If not, it will be too greasy. So it's just nice, all right? It slides on really nicely, like a great base. And after I put this, my foundation goes on a lot more seamlessly as well. So I really appreciate the entire texture and how well put together is the formulation. And of course, we talk so much about external ways we can protect our skin. Actually, we also have to care about beauty within. That's because collagen production will reduce when we start at age 25. Okay, unfortunately, most of us are already starting to lose our internal collagen. So we have to replenish, all right? Collagen is also a very big component in our entire body protein, all right, up to 80%. So collagen doesn't only help to improve our skin regeneration, but it also helps to replenish other parts of the body, all right? Especially our joints, cartilage. Cartilage have this texture, and we also use collagen to strengthen it. And our muscles also need to use collagen. Our hair is also collagen. So we need to use collagen more than just for beauty purpose, right? So we have Neigene Collagen Plus. Okay, both of these versions, both are also really good. So they can help to restore collagen on our skin cells and help to combat the effects of dry, saggy, and wrinkly skin. So I highly, highly recommend to take one of these as well. Last but not least, we have this Aboriginal Gold Skin Comforting Cream. This is also one of my favorite hand cream. And I also found out that this formulation has been around ever since Unicity has been started here. So if a product can stay for such a long time, definitely it has some really strong qualities in there. So first of all, it has high concentration of Centipeda cunninghami, right? So this is a rare strand of Centipeda. Most people would use Aesthetica instead. So this is actually a really, really good ingredient for moisturizing purposes. And it helps to relieve dry, flaky, and even burnt skin instantly. So I've heard many, many stories and testimonials of how people's skin was transformed with this cream. I heard of people with eczema, right? Really irritated skin using this. Wow, really have like instant relief. And for those who go for snow skiing, right? Sometimes you have some sore spots. So using this could really relieve that area, and this is really great. I've also used a lot of high-end hand creams, right? I think we can name a few names, but this has really helped to relieve that effect. Okay, so talking about how great it is, we want to know whether it gives us result, right? This is the most important part. So we have also done research, all right, to clinically validate this our skincare products, all right? So we did not just only one, but 2 different studies to verify the effects of our products. So we use photogrammics technology that can help us to identify fine lines a lot better than a normal photo. So we can see here baseline and week 6. Just by using 6 weeks only, you can see such a drastic effect in wrinkles. And you know how it's very difficult for wrinkles to go away, you know. So for it to actually reduce so significantly in only a short span of time is really amazing. So this is another snapshot of it, as you can see here, all right? And we also did imaging on other parts of the face, such as the mouth area. And we can see before and after is such a drastic difference in terms of the wrinkles, and it looks a lot brighter as well. And even at the forehead, the fine lines have reduced significantly, and it's become a lot brighter. And this is the under chin area. We can see as well, the skin is a lot more moisturized. And this is also the entire part of the skin. So I am here to testify that Neigene product really works. Okay, just to continue from my previous story. So of course, I've used a lot of other skincare at that point of time. So when I joined Unicity, initially I was quite apprehensive using Neigene product because it's for dry skin. So I thought, you know, this is not going to be suitable for me, especially having oily skin. But after using it, I also noticed that my skin has changed a lot drastically, because before that, maybe the products I use really isn't that good. So after using this, I really feel that my skin has restored, and my scars start to disappear. Yeah, I used to have like some pimple scars here and there, and it actually went off. And I feel like my skin has been a lot moisturized, and people, okay, I'm not bragging, but a lot of people say that I have good skin, right? And that's because I've been using these products. So I really think that when it comes to skincare, you really have to make sure that you are buying the right products that have ingredients that can really help you. Because I know there's a lot out there and they have a lot of claims. But none can do the effect like us that can influence until the genetic level. And just like, you know, if you were to invest a good earphone and a bad quality earphone, you can really experience the difference between both of these things as well. So I really strongly recommend that you use this whole range if you can, because it really transformed my life. And I feel like it has helped me to gain my confidence, you know, and help me to be also a lot more motivated for the day. So I really, really recommend everyone to use it if you have the chance. So thank you everyone for tuning in today, and I hope you learned a thing or two. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. I mean, I know I learned a ton. I'm not someone that is very expert on skincare, and it was actually only until recently where I started to pay attention to it. And it was because of when I married my wife, Celeste. She is, like Claudia, a skincare junkie, and she's tried everything. And I had the pleasure of introducing her to the Neigene products as well, which I wish I had known all of this before. All I knew is I knew that there was a skincare line that Stuart had requested Unicity produce a line of products for skincare that were good enough that someone could base their entire Unicity business on just those products if they wanted to. And so that's all I knew. And so I told my wife, hey, try these, right? Why not? And so she did. And just like Claudia, right, she loves them. But before we get to the questions, and I know that there's already some coming in, I do want to say that, right, skincare is on the surface. And there's a lot of people that have questioned, right? I thought Unicity was the leader in metabolic health, right? Why do they have a skincare line? Why focus on that? And well, the fact of the matter is, right, and as Suli actually just mentioned in our chat, skin is the largest organ in the body, right? And it's a very important part of our body. And the part that's on the surface is just a small part of our skin. But on top of that, right, health in general is all about taking care of yourself, right, and showing love to yourself. And one thing I've learned recently in a book, which is one of the best books I've read, and if you read The Courage to Be Disliked, read the sequel after called The Courage to Be Happy. But in that book, they talk about how in order to love others and give that love to others, you need to start by loving yourself and learn to love yourself. And the way to learn to love yourself is to start taking care of yourself, right? Doing something small to help take care of yourself. And skincare is a great opportunity to do that because it's somewhere where you can really see the results. Right? A lot of our products, we feel the results, and in time we see the results. But you can't really open up your stomach and see how nice things look in there, right? Or take a look in your arteries and see, oh, look, those look good. Right? Those are nice and clean. I'm feeling healthy. But we can see our face, and we do every time we open up our phone, take a selfie, every time we step in the mirror. And so this is a great way to show some of that self-love and to generate more self-love as you take care of yourself. But that's enough for my little speech on this. But now let's give some time for Claudia to answer some of these questions that have come into the chat.
Okay, so the first question is, what is good for mosquito bites relief? Well, I guess you can try Aboriginal cream, okay, because I know that has really helped even for much more serious cases like skin burns and things like that. So you may try this to see if it helps you. Okay, second, so this set is for dry and oily skin, for all types of skin. I noticed Unicity got rid of the oily skin series. Yes, to my surprise, after using it, I find that it helps oily skin as well. And it also helps my colleague because she has eczema, so she has really, really dry skin. And surprisingly, she used the products and it works really fine for her as well. So yeah, it could be used for both oily, dry, and even sensitive skin type. Alright, skin being the largest organ of the body, ingredients absorbed go directly into the body and also the blood. Perfume or fragrance used in Unicity skincare products, are they synthetic or natural? If they are synthetic, it will be harmful for the body as they are exposed daily to the body. That will not be healthy. Okay, regarding the specificity of the fragrance, of course, I have to ask the scientists first, all right, to know what exactly are the type of fragrance that they use. But however, I think that sometimes some fragrance are used to mask the effect of some of the ingredients that may not be pleasant. So they do not serve to harm the body, but it's more of like to mask the effects of certain ingredients that may not be pleasant and to make the product overall more stable to be used. So however, I think this is a good question, Sudi. I will try to ask for you and find out how I can help you more in this question. Right. Skincare range will be available to Australia, please. All right. So I think this one Mike will be a good person to answer. Yeah. Okay. So looks like this is all. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Mike will have an answer right now about when the skincare will be available in Australia, but I do know that he can talk to the people to start making that happen if it's not already in the process. And also, Victor, if you do end up finding something for mosquito bites, please let me know, because I have yet to find anything that stops them. The best cure for some mosquito bites that I've found is bug spray and not getting the mosquito bite in the first place. But on that note, thank you, everyone. Not too many questions there, but thank you again for tuning in. We are very excited about these weekly learnings, and we will be excited to hear next week as well. McKenna is going to have, is next week McKenna? Am I getting that wrong? Oh, I'm skipping one. Who am I forgetting? Mike.
Wait. Yeah, Mike. Yes.
Mike. Oh, that's right. That's funny. Sorry, Mike. But next week, we get to hear from Mike for the first time. And this is something that, one thing I might have mentioned this before, but Mike was a collegiate gymnast. And so he performed in gymnastics on the #1 team in all of the USA for the colleges. So he's an incredible athlete, and he knows a lot about the process of getting over the hump, right? When you're starting a new habit, when you're starting a new behavior, how to get past that hump where instead of quitting, you make it to the other side and it gets easier. So that's what we'll be learning about next week. And I'm excited to hear about that from Mike. But on that note, see you all next week. Have a great day today. And thank you again for joining.
Bye. Thank you.